Yeah!
I'm freezing. I don't know.
The air conditioner will work, shit in your office. The air conditioner will work. It's a good thing. By that's big. That's a good thing, by the way.
So
Keep your awake.
you know, there's a bunch of stuff I want to go over, so I'm going to do it in a really short period of time. Quick question, David, where's the saw? Where's the saw? For some of you guys that were here a few months back, you understand exactly what I'm talking about, right? Because he said he was going to chop me up or something like that.
You took bombs up my house, right?
What's up?
You took bombs up my house, right?
Yeah, that's right. I set his house on fire the last one.
That's it. The house is still standing and it's getting stronger every day.
So, well, you know, the CIA team, we know what's up.
This one, I will cut you down.
Let's make it happen. I'm fired up, as you can tell. Yeah. This right here, I'm telling you, we're going to do 20 by 20 this month. Let's make it happen, all right? So, straight out, I am fired up for a lot of reasons. Number one, I want to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, for number one, making me be open-minded enough to see this opportunity. Because there's two people you could talk to. You could talk to the person that doesn't make excuses and the person that makes excuses. You're going to have a totally different outcome. You meet with the person who makes excuses about everything. Well, the timing isn't right. I can't do Primerica. I have no time because I have my job, but I hate my job. And it's just like, what are you talking about? What are you thinking right now? If you want to win, it's going to take some sacrifice, right or wrong?
Right.
So that's a big part of it. You know, my wife and I, we were so open-minded to see this business and understand that it really could change everything for us. And I want to thank my wife. My partnership is something that I'm really proud of what my wife and I are building. And us having that synergy, us working together, us making the attempts to battle it out. I mean, I don't know if you guys battle with your partners, but we battle out how we're going to build this business. And it's something that we talk about 24/7. I mean, our bedroom conversations is how are we going to get this person going? How are we going to get this going? First thing in the morning, what's going on? How many appointments do you have? Who are you training? What's happening with that? And that accountability is something that's going to keep you going long range. Okay? So I really appreciate you for everything you do, Jen. So I want to thank our CIA team. You know, we showed up. I mean, I'm not really thrilled about our attendance this morning, but the people who really want to play are here. You know, we got about 15 people, 16 people here on our CIA team. But the thing that I'm feeling a little bit better about is that our RVP team, after our replacement, we got like 11 people at this moment that are here. So, you know, I'm just telling you right now, when you have an identifiable replacement like it, you're starting to plan your business outside of them, it changes the game. I mean, I had a meeting with Sammy a few weeks ago, or last week actually. And we started to have conversations about, okay, this is where your business is. What do you want to accomplish? What do you want to do? So this is what it takes to win. A lot of people try and go outside of our organization to try and get leadership and coaching. He makes $500,000 a year. And in this area, Luke and I talk about it. I mean, love Richie and everything like that, but we've got the Grand Poobah here. Like, we don't need to go anywhere outside of it for leadership. We've got it right here in this hierarchy with Sammy and Debbie. I just really want to appreciate you guys for what you guys do for us. Thank you so much. So, you know, Manny and Mary Ellis, you guys are absolutely fired up right now. Manny and his wife Mary Ellis, they came to a fast start school. You can raise your hand so they know who you're talking about. He's underneath Nick and Natalie, and when he got started in the business a few years back, when Nick just started, and Manny lost his mind, he went crazy and left. Okay, and then about maybe 6-8 months ago, he calls me up and says, "Chris, I'm tired of it. I hate my job. We need to give this thing another go." So he gets started, and he's kind of floundering with, I want to make it happen. There's no question I want to do it, but he's just been back and forth. Can I make things work with my job, this and that? And then his wife comes to the Fast Start School. Changes everything. Right. Wife changes everything. She comes in and says, "Hey, Chris, I knew we were going to get started on Friday. It's Monday. Can we do the application today?" Sure, we can do the application today. So she shows up and she starts making some things happen, making some noise. And then now she started to set up like 4 or 5 appointments. Boom, boom, boom. Started setting up some things. I'm thinking, great, now we got somebody we could work with. Right. So Nick says, "Chris, train him and get me to 10. Get me to 10, and then we'll talk about it at the end." His wife starts recruiting people. We get on an appointment, recruit somebody, bang, right? And then after that, with our conversation with Sammy, I know I'm all over the place, but Sammy's conversation with me is, "Chris, if you really want to do this thing, prospecting is great. Getting out and getting wide is important. You have to do that. But if you're going to build synergy in a business, you've got to tap through people. You've got to develop leaders. You've got to build teams around people. And so I recruit, there's Nick. I start working with Manny and Mary Ellis. From Manny and Mary Ellis, we recruit this girl named Jackie. Jackie gets fired up and she sets up like 8 appointments. After meeting with her, she ends up setting an appointment with this really sharp couple. And when I got there, I remember thinking, I know we're going to recruit them, and when we recruit them, it's going to be big. You just know that about certain couples. So when we start talking about the business, we recruit them in. They get started a couple days ago, and that's this couple, Cindy and Anthony right here. We do his fast track planner last night, already sets up 2 appointments and setting some more to get things going. And it all started from one person getting excited. As soon as Mary Ellis started making things happen, we get a text message. Luke and I had a group text. Manny says, hey guys, I just talked to 15 people and I set up 6 appointments. We're thinking, where did that just come from? Right? But I'm telling you right now, that is the type of stuff, I mean, within the next month, that whole organization will be 10 to 15 couples. It's going to absolutely explode. So that whole concept, I mean, so I took what you said. I did what you said, all right? So at the end of the day, the reason why we're doing this, we get uncomfortable, we do a bunch of stuff we don't want to do because our families are worth fighting for, right? Freedom's not free. It takes somebody to pay a price to make freedom happen for your family. And I don't know about you, but I don't think it's going to be anybody else except me. In my family, it's me. Nobody else is going to get after it. And I don't think in your family it's going to be anybody else but you. So you've got this incredible opportunity to change the game for your family, where you can provide, I mean, when you guys start having kids, to be able to pay for their education, be able to do the things you want to do, for them to not have to worry about money and finance and just have that freedom, that level of, you know, it's funny, somebody said, Fat said he doesn't want to take his kids to the hood. I threaten taking my kids to the hood all the time. I threaten it like crazy. But one of these days when we get really big, I might take them to the hood. So, you know, but the whole point is this, right? Making sure that you can give your kids the lifestyle that you want to give for them. You know what I mean? But it takes a price. You know, just casting a vision, my wife and I, we dream sell constantly. We're constantly selling the dream to each other. And I don't know if you guys have seen this new Mercedes E-Class, 2017. My God, Sid, you see that one, bro?
What's that?
The Mercedes E-Class?
I love it.
That thing is on another level. And my daughter's like, can I get one of those too? You know? And we're just selling this vision of what is possible for your family. And my kids, now we're totally changing the idea of what's possible and what's normal. And the things that we're able to do, not because of, you know, we're making all this money, but because we have freedom of our time, where when there's a dance recital, we can be there. When there's a day thing going on at the school, we can be there. Right. And it's because we're in our own business. And I think that if people really understand what this thing can do for them, we'd work 10 times harder. We wouldn't make excuses. Our kids wouldn't be the reason we're not winning. Our kids would be the reasons we are winning.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? I remember last night when I was talking to Anthony and Cindy when I was doing their fast track planner, and I said, you know, it's going to be something if she shows up. I know Anthony will be good, but if she's not here, there's no Anthony 6 months down the road. I can already tell that. So I know if she shows up to this meeting, it changes the game. She says, well, I have a couple things I got to do. It's going to cost me money if I don't go. And I said, listen, I promise you it'll be worth it. He says, all right, I'll let you know. I'll let you know if we can make it here. And they sent me a message, hey, we're going to be here with both. We got both of them in the car. I'm like, both of them? We got both of them in the car. That is it. When you guys make that attitude and have that decision to say, regardless of what I have to do for my kids, I'm working to build something for my kids. It was a dentist appointment. You really didn't miss much. Okay? So, you know what I'm saying? This is a much better environment. But I'm telling you right now, if we stay focused on building a base shop, it's going to change everything. That tapping through people is really where you're going to have that leadership start to show up. I can recruit you. You don't know me. You quit. It's whatever. But now I recruit you for her, and then him, and then him, and then build all that underneath you. That's when your growth really starts to show up. Leadership comes from tapping through people and building a business, right or wrong?
Right.
So, look, a couple things before I head out. I do want to touch back on Randall. You are an absolute stud, man. just to hear your story and what you actually overcame to make things happen, that's the sign of somebody that could be a winner. And if you keep that attitude when things aren't going good, when your whole team quits, right? When your partner, I don't know if you have a partner, but when your partner says, why are you always going to a meeting, right? And you start to deal with that type of nonsense, if you stay focused on that, everything, the sky is the absolute limits for you.
Yep.
Stay focused, okay?
Yep.
And, I think that's pretty much it. Ultimately, the FBI Base Shop, I'm proud of what the whole organization is doing as a whole. We really want to get a new office now. But at the end of the day, the office makes, the office helps, but the team is what makes the business, right? The team is what makes it happen. And the FBI Base Shop, we're going to do 30 by 30 this month. We're on track for it. The CIA team, we're going to do 20 by 20 and start that, the 20s to be able to go out RVP, because we're talking about the beginning of the fall. We're popping out. We're going to be the first RVPs, second generation RVPs to you, and the first RVPs out of the FBI Base Shop. And then we're just going to domino effect. Pinox is going out, Ray's going out, and it's just going to be ridiculous. So now it's just who's coming with me?
Awesome.
Who's coming with me?
Yeah.